All right, so we're recording. Hi, everybody. My name is Dusty Duncan, Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I have two amazing ladies on with me today that are going to share something that's been very, very beneficial to themselves, as well as I know others on their team. Today, they're going to talk about pajama parties and how they do them. So I'm going to turn this over to Senior Ruby Ambassador Jimi Lee Nitso and Mandy Kirkendall, Ruby Ambassador. So, ladies, it's all yours.
Awesome. Thanks, Dusty. You want me to go first? Is that how we had it set up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, awesome. So I started PJ parties probably a few months ago, and I was doing them once a month for my team, and they were working really well. And once Jimmy and I partnered up as power partners, we started thinking we should do these often, have them consistently going. So we're doing them every 2 weeks now. And we have found that doing them as an event versus a group on Facebook has been better for us. I'm going to be reading from my notes a little bit here so I don't miss anything. What we like about that is people have the freedom to accept or decline an invite to an event versus a group you're just kind of added to. And I know I personally don't like just being added to groups all the time. There's so many out there. We want to be a little different. So we set this up as an event. And the event is scheduled for a certain time and date. Versus a group, you kind of just have to post in there when that's going to be. And we always ask people before we add them to it. We don't just do a mass adding everyone on your friends list. That has happened in the past, but what we don't like about that is, besides people don't like that, I found that people were adding all their friends list, and maybe some of those happen to be my customers already or someone else on the people before you invite them. How do you invite them? That's a huge thing. What we have found is we call it the magic message. And I just kind of stumbled on this. One day I was messaging people and inviting them to it, and I just came up with this wording, and it worked. I noticed it was working. People were accepting it. I even signed up an ambassador from it without them even going to the party. They said, I can't make it to the party, but I want to join you. And all it says is, hi there. I'm going to be doing an online Plexus information party this week. You don't have to do anything but read the post, and you could win some prizes. Can I send you an invite for it? That's all it says. We don't put the date in there, because if you tell someone the date, chances are they're going to say, oh, I'm busy that day. Or they'll come up with something. If you just leave it very vague and let them know, they don't have to do anything. All they have to do is read. We are not expecting them to show up anywhere. It's all online. So that is so easy to send to someone on your chicken list, maybe, that you've been wanting to contact but don't know what to say. So once you send this, I don't know the percentage, a high percentage of people say yes, sure. People that have ignored every other message I've ever sent them, even happy birthday messages, are saying yes to this. It's simple. So then I challenge my team, and I know Jimmy does as well, to invite at least 20 people to the party. That's so easy to do. You're just copying and pasting this exact message. Don't change it up. Don't try to add things to it, take things away from it. This is what has worked. You could always add something at the beginning, to personalize it, saying, love the pictures of your trip from San Diego last week, whatever, if you want to. But this is what I do, and I send it exactly like this. So we challenge everyone to invite at least 20 people to that. And a lot of those people are going to say yes. They still have to, once you add them or invite them, they still have to accept the invitation. I think there's accept, a maybe, and a decline, I believe. But a lot of those are going to accept it. I don't want to add the ambassadors on my team until they've already invited people that have said yes, and they want to add people to the event. Otherwise, you just get too many people on there that aren't going to be active on it, and you want a lot of interaction going on during the party. So you just want people that are saying yes, they want to be there. A couple days before the event, we have everyone post their testimonies, all the ambassadors on it. We have them post their testimonies. And all of the parties, we say they last 45 minutes. So to do that, we have, and we can share all the posts that we do. So we just go through the business, the products, and then the business part. I space them 2 minutes apart. all the way through. If we need to add an extra slide because something came up, maybe a special is going on, or we want to add something else, you might add it, you'll time it out through it, but it's right at 2 minutes per post. And it's so simple. Once you have it down, you just sit there and post. And we have a second person on. Jimmy and I take turns hosting them. One of us does the posting and the other goes through and answers questions. And we have other people that are also answering questions throughout because there tends to be a lot of questions in it. So the other person, you're just doing one person is doing the posting and another person is just answering questions. So it's worked out really well for us. A lot of people, Jimmy will go over that. Sorry, never mind. And that was all I have. Got excited.
Yeah, that's great. I have to tell you guys that I tried to do a pajama party prior to teaming up with Mandy, and it was a complete flop. So the way that she has organized this entire thing, especially that magic message, is essential in getting people there. I've been using it for follow-up, and this last time I even used it for people that had ignored me prior, and I've gotten several people responding, telling me to add them to it. So an incredible, incredible tool. As Mandy said, we switch back and forth on who's doing the posting, who's answering the questions. At the end, we will, and even the next day, we kind of go back and look through to see if there were any more questions. We do have 2 contests in the event, and the way that we do that is the next morning I go through and I make a list of everybody from Mandy's team, everybody from my team, and then we've had Serena has been doing this with us. And so we have people from her team, and then we each draw a name and we each supply a prize. This last time Serena did something a little bit different with her people. Each one of her ambassadors actually drew a name from their guests and provided the prize on that. Let's see. We are doing some other events to tie into this. So we are doing either an online opportunity meeting or a 7-day challenge, and people were posting that at the end of the event. So people can give referrals, or maybe they might think, oh, hey, I've got this person interested. Maybe I just want to sign up. And then another thing on the business end is we're also offering a compensation plan overview a few days after this. We're posting that in the event so that anybody that's interested in the business and learning more, they can attend that. And Mandy and I give our business testimonies, and then we just go through the 11 ways to get paid on that. We're also, something new that we are going to try to tie into this is to get our ambassadors to help out with this as far as having them do the posting. They're already on there answering the questions, but kind of letting them lead the event. So that kind of gives them a little bit of an opportunity to be a leader there and practice for doing this with their team. We're also going to look into the 7-day challenge and the online opportunity meetings and having our ambassadors do that with us. So that also takes a little bit of a load off of us. And one other thing that we have recently started doing is a 7-day fast start challenge for our new ambassadors. And we're going to try to time that to where it comes the week prior to the pajama party. So one of the tasks that we're having them do in this fast start challenge is inviting people to that pajama party. So we're just kind of rotating these throughout. I think that just about sums up how we're doing it. It's definitely an incredible tool to be using. And also, new ambassadors, you can use these as a launch party.
Wonderful job, ladies. Thank you so much for sharing. So what would you say, Jimi Lee, is the success rate with these parties?
You know, it's pretty successful. We have, I think the last one we did, there were 117 guests that had clicked accept. Now, some of those are ambassadors. You don't get, I mean, not everyone shows up at the party, but what's essential with this is tagging them in the post so they kind of get a reminder. Many of them will come, you know, overnight or the next day, they will come back and look at it. If they don't show up, follow-up is really important either way, whether they show up or not. So if they don't show up, my personal guess, I get in contact with them on the next one, and I'm like, hey, I noticed you didn't make that meeting, or we're having another one. Can I send you an invite to that? And then they'll say yes, or I'll follow up with a different opportunity. But I've seen multiple ambassadors and customers added to my team from this. And I know last time, I think Noreen had 2 out of that I noticed looking at the business. And one of them actually did a 3-way call. I think Mandy got an ambassador out of that, and I believe there was another one. So it's definitely worth the 45 minutes of work that it takes us.
And so, Mandy, do you have other people that go through and like contact on these posts to kind of boost information about them or anything in the comment section?
During the party?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Yes. Yes, we ask ambassadors, and a lot of them, it'll say, ambassadors, please share what you like most about the Slim, or what have you noticed with the X Factor. So we're asking people to engage and put what they like about each product on it.
I think that's wonderful, because I think that gives even more credibility and more information about the product. It would pique more interest. I think that's wonderful that you guys do that.
Then I was going to add, I don't think I said this, on the magic message. So you send that person a message, even if they don't reply to you or can't go, you have an open message with them about Plexus. They're going to get back to you and ask you, you don't have this, I haven't contacted them in 6 months. What do I say now? You have this open message with them. So that's something so cool about that, even if they don't come to the party.
Awesome. I love that. I mean, just another segue into it. So
let me add something real quick.
Of course.
Can I add something real quick, Dusty? Okay. The first party that we had, I think I sent out 25 invites, and this was completely like follow up and people that ignore me quite a bit. And I had 19 of that 25 respond asking me to add. And some of those responses were, oh yes, thank you, please do. So they were like very accepting and gracious of the fact that I thought of them.
I love that, because I feel like so many people are fearful to reach out and send that kind of message to somebody. So I love that you shared that huge amount of people that jumped on board with you following up like that. So if you guys, do you have like a file that you pull these posts from, or do you just pull from one party to the next?
We do have a file, and I can post that on your team page. I know we have it on Jimi's already. I don't think we posted on yours. I can do that.
I just want to make sure, because I know there'll be a lot of questions whenever this video goes up, because I know a lot of people watch it and pull a lot of great things from it. So thank you, ladies, for your time today, and I appreciate it greatly.
You're welcome. Thanks for asking us.